German automaker Audi has a spectacular lineup of car models. However, if there's one member of this impressive colony that easily stands out from the rest, it definitely has to be the Q family. Over the years, these coupe-like SUVs have proven to be a symbol of luxury and excellence, and a reputable ambassador of the Audi brand. Every new model of the Q range is welcomed with a lot of buzz and publicity, which is why we simply cannot understand why Audi is treating details of the Q9 HORCH as classified information. Oh well, it turns out the German automaker isn't exactly good at keeping secrets, or should we say the secret agents of the automotive industry are performing above expectation. Whatever the case is, we are thankful to have been able to lay our hands on some of the top hidden secrets about the Audi Q9 HORCH. And we're more than excited to share them with you. As part of our discussion, we'll reveal the market where this bulky car will be sold. So do well to stick around till the very end. Let's get started. Apparently, the Audi Q9 HORCH is the worst kept secret in the world. Eagle-eyed, quick-thinking journalists caught the Q9 in action at the famous Nürburgring track, and even though it was covered in camouflage and body cladding to sort of hide the design from external eyes, we could see some of its exterior attributes. It's obvious that Audi wants to tap into the money-spinning SUV market, and they want to do so in a big way. The very first thing you notice is the enormous size. A few seconds of staring is all it takes to realize how big this utility vehicle is. That easily tells us that the Audi Q9 HORCH will most likely offer 3 rows of seating. However, we've seen some ultra-luxury models automakers like Mercedes with the Maybach GLS and Land Rover Range with the Rover SV offer a 2-row seating layout despite having an incredibly large amount of space to play with. The good thing about this model is that it affords occupants of the vehicle more cabin space, and this might as well convince Audi to opt for a 2-row seating layout. But if that's not the case, then we expect the Audi Q9 HORCH to have either a 2+3+2 or 2+2+3 seat configuration, allowing it to accommodate 7 passengers. Obviously, the Audi Q9 will come in bigger and better than most of Audi's current lineup. For one, this incoming utility vehicle will most definitely displace the Q7. It is also expected to take on the mantle as the automaker's flagship car and compete with the Mercedes-Benz GLS, Bentley Bentayga, and BMW's X7. Nonetheless, the Audi Q9 will share a lot in common with the Q7, Q8, and Porsche's Cayenne. The next most significant thing we notice as this big wig dances around the Nürburgring circuit is the large radiator grille that makes up a significant portion of the vehicle's face. Glancing at it from a distance, it kinda looks like a big fish that has its mouth wide open. That shouldn't really bother though, well except you're named Jonah. Moving on now. You've got the tiny headlights which are somehow overshadowed by the grille, but still manage to grab our attention. We have a feeling that the headlights will really come alive when this car is stripped of the camouflage covering. In all, the nose looks blunt and the entire profile takes a boxy shape. The roofline is evidently flat, but since it's covered in camouflage, we wouldn't know if Audi is hiding some kind of impressive flat sculpture up there. We can say the same about the body panels too, which are more or less plain. However, the gigantic 23-inch wheels, which pay homage to the RS Q8, certainly cannot be ignored. Behind the Audi Q9 HORCH, you've got a spoiler covering the upper area of the rear glass. And towards the lower portion of the hatchback and bumper, there's some sort of announced design element that gives the vehicle's tail a sharp outline. Since it's a flagship model, we expect that the interior of the Q9 will be stuffed with some premium equipment. There's been no confirmation yet, but we do not need a soothsayer to tell us that a high-class automobile offering, such as the Audi Q9, will come with some impressive interior features, which will possibly include multi-zone environment control, elegant leather upholstery, extensive screens, sunroof, and ergonomic adjustable seats. Of course, high-end tech features such as automatic emergency braking, heads-up display, forward collision alert, lane departure caution, and blind spot monitoring will most likely be installed as well. In terms of performance, we think Audi will attempt to give the Q9 some crazy numbers to further drive sales. I mean, that's the norm among automakers nowadays. Unconfirmed reports say there will be two powertrain options available in the Q9, with the standard being a 3.0T supercharged Audi V6 engine. With this option, the Audi Q9 will confidently belt out 340 horsepower max when paired with an 8AT automatic manual gearbox. For people who want more power, they can opt for the premium 4.0T V8 forced induction system, which shares the same gearbox as the standard option to deliver 571 horsepower at optimum performance. If this is true, the premium model of the Audi Q9 will rank above some of its competitors in terms of speed. Let's compute and compare the numbers for a second. The Mercedes-Maybach GLS has a twin turbocharged V8 engine, which makes 558 horsepower. Another Q9 rival, BMW's X7, has a twin-turbo 4.4-liter V8 that delivers 523 horsepower. Among its rivals, only the Bentley Bentayga has a better horsepower rating than the Q9 with a 6.0-liter W12 engine that produces 626 horsepower and 664 pound-feet of torque. However, the premium German automaker is somewhat behind its competitors in car sales and might have to put in more effort to ensure this car sells to its full potential. BMW sold over 2 million cars in 2021. The X7 makes up for more than 23,000 of those vehicles. Mercedes sold over 2 million units in the same period too. We cannot confirm how many Maybach GLS models were covered in that figure. Meanwhile, Audi shipped out 25,362 Q7s as part of the total car sales record, which came in at just over 1.6 million. This figure is 0.7 less than what it sold in 2020. But on the other hand, it can also be deemed impressive given the global chip shortage challenges that nearly crippled manufacturing activities. Bentley sold 14,659 cars in 2021, but it's not like we expected to sell more, given the type of cars they make. Anyways, the Bentley Bentayga SUV made up 40% of the British automaker's entire car sales for the year in review. As an aside, both the standard and premium Audi Q9 powertrain options will come with Quattro 4-wheel drive system. Right before we talk about the pricing and launch date, if you've made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Initially, Audi had the intention of launching the Q9 in 2021. Obviously, that didn't work out. Right now, the German automaker is hopeful that it will be able to get things started with the Q9 later this year. Rumors say the Audi Q9 HORCH will sell for between 140,000 to 160,000 euros, or between 154,000 to 176,000 dollars if you like. That's quite expensive considering that the BMW X7 has a starting price of $75,895. However, the price is more realistic when you compare it to the Mercedes-Maybach GLS and Bentley's Bentayga utility car, which costs $162,000 and $180,500 respectively. Unfortunately, there have been unconfirmed suggestions that the Audi Q9 HORCH will be sold exclusively to the Chinese audience. We hope that's not true. In fact, we'll be surprised if Audi decides to take that route, because it would be a serious marketing risk that might boomerang real bad. Audi is an automobile brand known for making practical and high-performance cars. We do not expect the Q9 to fall short of these incredibly high standards. Indeed, early sights have been nothing but impressive. The way it glided through the Nürburgring Motorsport Complex, displaying elegance and luxury, gives you a fair idea of what customers will enjoy when this big fellow eventually makes it to production. Audi will be hoping that the Q9 will steal some of the impressive sales records of rival models such as the Mercedes-Maybach GLS, BMW's X7, and Bentley's Bentayga. For us though, we hope that Audi will allow the Q9 to enjoy its fair share of media coverage and publicity that it truly deserves. Do you think the Audi Q9 HORCH will rank among the best sports utility vehicles when it's launched? Let us know in the comments section. Be sure to check out these videos that are being displayed on your screen.